Hello, welcome to the online tutorial classes for the Vidya Bhavan High Secondary School, and I am Megha Ma'am, and today I will discuss about the phenomena around us part 2. This class is for class 6 physical science. In the previous video we talk about the reversible and irreversible changes, and today we will talk about the periodic and non-periodic changes. Okay, so what are the periodic changes? Periodic changes are something which occurs again and again after a short interval of time, which continuously going on after a short period of time. And what are the non-periodic changes? Non-periodic changes are something which are irregular, which does not occur after a short period of time, and which are not pretendable. So, if we talk about the periodic change, we can talk about a pendulum. Do you know what is a pendulum or what is a pendulum clock? With the clock, actually the pendulum is hanging on. So the pendulum is something which resembles like that. Okay, and it goes to the certain. It can go to the certain direction. Okay, it is the right extreme direction and the right extreme position, and it is the left extreme position. Okay. So, what is a pendulum? In a pendulum, a metal ball is hanging with a thread. Okay, the metal ball is called as a bob, and it hanging with a thread in the bottom of a thread. If we push this metal ball into some direction, it will travel some distance and then stop for a moment, and then again travels back in the opposite direction. So first, if we push like that to the right direction, it will go to the right extreme position and then stop for a while, and then it back to the left position. And it will be going on until we stop it. So this changes and the movement occurs after a short period of time, and it can be pretendable, right? So what are the time it needs to travel that type of distance? So it is a periodic change. And what are the non-periodic change? Like we can talk about the waves of the sea. We can't pretend when it will come or when it will go, right? And we also can talk about the natural calamities like the tsunamis, like the floods, etc. So if we talk about what are the differences between the periodic and non-periodic changes, are periodic and non-periodic. Okay, if you differentiate that, firstly we found that it occurs after a short period of time. But here for the non-periodic changes, the time is not fixed. So we can write that the time is not fixed. Okay. So what is the second point? The second point is it can be pretendable. We can pretend the time. So it is pretendable. And about the non-periodic changes, we can't pretend it. Can't be pretendable. Okay. So, what are the examples of the periodic changes? We can give an example like this, like the weak changes. Yes, we can talk about the rotation of the blades of a fan. Rotation of the blade. And for the non-periodic changes, we can talk about the waves of the sea, or we can talk about the any natural calamity like tsunami or flood. Right. So in this class, we are talking about the periodic and non-periodic changes. We are talking about the differences between the periodic and non-periodic changes. And the next, in this class, we will talk about I'm just erasing it. I think you understood what I discussed here. Okay, I'm just erasing it. Just give me 1 minute. Okay. Now we will discuss about the desirable and undesirable changes. What are they? Desirable and undesirable changes. So what are the desirable changes? Desirable changes are something that we can desire about, and undesirable changes are something which we don't want to happen, which we don't desire about it, right? So what are the desirable changes? Like, I can give an example that if we plant a tree and it grows up, it is a desirable change. But if we cut the tree, if this is a desirable change? No, this is an undesirable change, right? At the same time, if we talk about what the garbages which we have in everyday's life, the garbages, if we throw it on the bin, it will be a desirable change. But if we throw it on the road or somewhere else, if this is a desirable thing, no. So it is not a desirable thing. So here the examples are for the desirable. The examples are growing of trees, and for this undesirable changes, we can talk about the cutting of trees. Also, we can give the example as throwing garbages to a bin, and here we can talk about the throwing garbages to the road. So here in this video we discussed about the desirable and undesirable changes, and also the periodic and non-periodic changes. I think you understood about that. In the next video we will talk about more, and for today, bye.